Half-a-day students, I am Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. You all have been through a year of big changes. We've had to adapt and make big changes to keep our families and our island safe. But with change comes opportunity and a chance to try new things like PBS University. While Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and I will continue to do our part to keep our island safe, you students have a part to play as well. Your part is to keep learning and to keep up with your lessons. That's why I am happy to see you here ready to learn with PBS University. PBS University is a way to bring a continuous educational curriculum to you while you stay safe at home during this time. To help you keep up with your studies, we asked our friends at PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education to put together this episode. Thank you for doing your part and have a great lesson.
PBS University is a program by PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education in conjunction with public school teachers. These lessons are created to provide both parents and students with a unique educational experience while helping students to continue learning at home. PBS University, next on PBS Guam.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come along, let's sing a song. We'll have a great adventure. Today's the day, let's learn and play. We'll have a great adventure. Numbers, letters, science things, all that we can do. Help you deal with how you feel. Share with us too. It's super cool and just like school, our awesome learning adventures. So grab a friend, the fun will end. Our awesome learning adventures. Awesome learning adventures with PBS University.
Oh, hi friends, and Mukden. That's how we say hello in Yapese. So, Mukden to all my Yapese friends and half a day to all my PBS University friends out there. I'm Mrs. Pegarito, your first and second grade literacy teacher. I was just practicing a very special Thanksgiving tradition. I'm decorating my Christmas tree with corn! How silly is that? Do you decorate your Christmas tree with corn? Maybe popcorn. Traditions are things that we do that are passed down within a group, like a family. What are some of your Thanksgiving traditions? Do you share a meal? Do you help cook or bake a turkey? Do you play fun games? Wow, those are great traditions. Do you want to know why I'm decorating my tree with corn? Well, I was so inspired by a Thanksgiving story called The Legend of the 5 Kernels of Corn. In this lesson, I can tell the main idea of the legend of the 5 kernels of corn. In the early 1600s, a group known as the Separatists lived in England. They wanted to worship God, study the Bible, and pray. But the English laws did not allow the Separatists to worship the way they wanted to. Secretly, they worshipped, despite English laws. Many Separatists were arrested and tormented. Eventually, they heard about freedom of religion in a place called Holland. But life in Holland was hard. They wanted to give their children a good life and worship freely. I've had enough. They boarded a cargo ship, the Mayflower, to bring them across the Atlantic Ocean to a new land in America. With over 100 passengers, and over a 2-month journey, they endured many hardships. I'm so hungry. It's so cramped in here. On November 11th, 1620, the Mayflower landed in Massachusetts. The Separatists, now known as the Pilgrims, settled in and began building their homes in Plymouth. Before the Pilgrims could finish building their houses, a violent winter storm hit and forced them to stay on the Mayflower. Many of them got sick and died. With the help of their new friends, the Native American Wampanoag tribe, there was plenty for everyone to eat that first summer, and there was also plenty to last for the next winter. The Pilgrims had so much to be thankful for. They gave thanks for good friends, their new home, freedom of religion, and plenty of food in a 3-day celebration with their Native American friends. Today, we continue the celebration of the Pilgrims and Native Americans and call it Thanksgiving! During that very hard winter before the first Thanksgiving, and some harsh living conditions afterwards, there was very little food, and the Pilgrims were so hungry. They would have considered 5 kernels of corn as good as a feast. From then on, the legend says that they celebrated Thanksgiving by beginning their feast with 5 kernels of corn on their plate. No, not cornflakes. Not candy corn. Definitely not corn chips. There you go, 5 kernels of corn. They practiced this tradition to remember the harsh times they endured and all the things they're thankful for. Each kernel of corn represents 1. The beauty around us. 2. Our love for one another. 3. All that we have. 4. Our many, many, many friends. 5. We are free people. Now that you've learned how the legend of the 5 kernels of corn inspired this Thanksgiving tradition, why don't you come with me on another Thanksgiving adventure? Come on, friends, let's go! This isn't exactly the Mayflower, but it sure is a fun boat. It reminds me of everything I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the beauty all around us. Wow, look at that dolphin! I'm thankful for our love for one another. I'm thankful for all we have. I'm thankful for our many, 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 many friends. I'm thankful that we are free people.
Hola, boys and girls. It's me, Mrs. Cruz, your first and second grade math teacher. And for those of you who know me, it's me, Miss V. Hola is how you say hi in Spanish. Can you say hola? Great job. So, in today's math lesson, we're going to learn about bundling. What's bundling? No, not bundling in your blanket. We're going to learn bundling. It's a skill that helps us count the fast way, just like we counted by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in previous lesson. What comes in a bundle? Wait and see in our lesson. But I also have something that's going to join us today in our lesson. Gobble, 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 gobble. Ooh, did you hear that? Gobble, 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 gobble. Ooh, there it goes again. What do you think it is? It's an animal? Yeah, it sounds like an animal making that sound. A chicken? It could be. It could be a turkey. It could be that too. Well, that animal is going to join us in today's lesson. Ready? We're going to go to my workstation to find out what comes in a bundle and what animal is making that sound. So in our lesson today, bundling is another way of learning how to count the fast way. So we're going to bundle our straws in 10 so we can find out how many straws we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have a bundle of 10 straws, one bundle of 10 straws, and we're going to do that for the rest of the straws. We might have a few loose ones. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there goes that turkey. Wonder what he's up to. Hi, Mr. Turkey. So, now, let's get into our bundles. We want to know how many straws we have all there together. Let's count by tens since we know that each bundle is 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. We have 54 straws. 54 is 5 tens and 4 ones. Now, what else can we bundle? Let's try some popsicle sticks. So now let's bundle popsicle sticks. I've already started counting the popsicle sticks in tens because I want my bundles to be in tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have a bundle of popsicle sticks here. Just to make it faster, we're just going to bundle it just like that instead of rubber banding it. Let's do another bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have one left. So now that we know that they're in bundles of tens, we're going to count by tens. Start counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Count on 91. We have 91 popsicle sticks. What else comes in bundles? That's right. Bananas, grapes, strawberries, newspapers, even crayons. Can you count something at home that comes in a bundles, or count something at home and make bundles? Great job, boys and girls. Wasn't that so much fun, boys and girls, learning how to bundle? Yes, bundling is another way of counting the fast way. Did you remember what things came in a bundle? That's right, bananas, grapes, and even you. You're a bundle of joy. And did you remember what animal was making that gobble, 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 gobble sound? That's right, it was a turkey. I think the turkey only came into the picture because he wanted some bananas and grapes. Until then, boys and girls, stay safe, work hard, and have fun learning. Bye, boys and girls.
Hop a day, boys and girls, and welcome back to PBS University. I'm Miss Valentra, your first and second grade science teacher. Does anybody know what month it is right now? That's right, it's November. And what special holiday happens during the month of November? Thanksgiving. And with Thanksgiving, I like to spend it thinking about what I'm most grateful for. And what I'm really most grateful for this past year, boys and girls, is having the chance to have met each and every one of you and to be your science teacher for first and second grade. Speaking of science and science teaching, let's jump right into the lesson for today. So last week, we ended our lesson with a little hint as to what we will be talking about. I mentioned that it's something in the night sky that likes to twinkle or even sparkle. And I think some of you mentioned the answer. That's right, it's the stars, not movie stars, but stars in the night sky. Let's take a look. Stars are huge, glowing balls of gases that can be found in a large group called a galaxy. A galaxy contains billions of stars. The galaxy that our planet and our sun can be found in is known as the Milky Way. Stars are all unique, okay? They're different, like how you and me are different, how you and your mom are slightly different, and this is because stars vary based on their size, temperature, color, and brightness. Now let's talk about what a group of stars are called. A group of stars is called a constellation. A constellation basically are a group of stars that you connect and they make a super cool and unique shape in the night sky. Sometimes they could look like an animal, sometimes they could look like a spoon. I don't know, there's so many constellations that I'm still learning about. But let's take a look at one of the pretty popular constellations known as the Big Dipper. Take a look at this cool photo I found of the Big Dipper. Let's count how many stars are in the Big Dipper. To count the number of stars, all you have to do is look for the brightest stars. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Speaking of constellations, we're gonna go ahead and make the Big Dipper constellation that we have just seen using a few things that you can buy at the store. Let's take a look at how we can make the Big Dipper constellation and what we will be needing for this activity. Here's what you will be needing for your constellation activity. First, you need some tiny cute marshmallows. These marshmallows will represent, yep, you guessed it, the stars. And then you're going to be needing some uncooked pasta. So remember how I said that the marshmallow represents the number of stars in the constellation? We're going to go ahead and make the Big Dipper constellation. How many stars are in the Big Dipper? Correct, there are 7 stars in the Big Dipper constellation. Go ahead and count 7 marshmallows with me, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to break the pasta into tinier pieces. Keep in mind that the pasta represents the lines that connect the stars in order to make the constellations. Let's get started. Fantastic job, boys and girls. We have successfully made the Big Dipper constellation. Take a look. Oh, make sure you secure it really well to the marshmallow. But I have this whole bag of marshmallow that I'm just going to eat it all and have it all for myself. Maybe I'll share with my brother, or maybe I'll share with my best friend. I don't know. But let's just recap what we have just learned. So, what's the difference between a star and a constellation? That's right, a constellation is a group of stars. And what can a constellation make? That's right, it can have different shapes, such as a dipper, like the Big Dipper that we have just made, or it can be an animal. It can even be like a shape like a triangle. I don't know. There's just so many constellations out there, boys and girls. And what I want you to do is, before you leave, I want you, or even if you do it after, that's great. But I want you to create your own constellation. Try to be very creative and do something that's not known. Maybe you can make it the shape of a carabao, or even a laddie stone, or even a mango. I don't know, there's just so many things that you can do with the constellations. And if you don't have marshmallows or uncooked pasta, that's okay, because what you also can do is get a sheet of paper and a marker or even a pencil and just draw out your constellation, and that works totally fine. Okay, boys and girls, we're almost done with the lesson, but I just want to tell you something about next week. So next week, I won't be able to join you all in our science class, but a very special and a very familiar face will be teaching you something very cool about outer space. And I hope you get to enjoy the lesson just as much as you have enjoyed today's lesson, boys and girls. Okay, go ahead and Kiss your brain because you know you have all done such a great job. Bye, boys and girls. Have a great and happy Thanksgiving.
Hafa students, welcome to PBS University. My name is John Fernandez, and I'm the superintendent of the Guam Department of Education. These PBS University lessons are made to help you to continue learning. The teachers here prepared fun lessons on science, character education, math, English, and more, and they made it for you, the students of Guam. We're very grateful to them for their instruction. We're also thankful for you students, parents, and guardians who are watching. Remember, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon in the next school year. Thank you.
Ooh, this corn looks so delicious. Yummy. Maybe if I just get one little bite before the party. Oh, hey. Hafane, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Guerrero, and I'm here to teach social studies for 1st and 2nd grade. I'm just preparing for our family's Thanksgiving party here at home. We have so many things to be thankful for, especially for the times we can spend with our loved ones.
It's good to be thankful for what you've got, and in America, there's a holiday that reminds you to do just that. Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday in November. The famous first Thanksgiving was in 1621. Pilgrim colonists from England had just arrived in Massachusetts. They made friends with a tribe of Native Americans who helped them farm their new homeland. When it was time for the harvest, they got together to share a meal and celebrate their friendship. The spirit of Thanksgiving hasn't changed much over the years. Abraham Lincoln made Thanksgiving an official holiday in 1863, and he told people to take a day and think about all of the good things going on in their lives. Today, millions of people travel to be with their families and eat a big meal. And for weeks afterward, you get to be thankful for leftover turkey. And that's Thanksgiving.
Did you ever wonder about the first Thanksgiving? Well, we know that the Pilgrims first celebrated it at Plymouth Rock in 1621. But do we know about the other people at the feast?
These are the Wampanoag Indians. Can you say Wampanoag? They are the Native American tribe that's been living in America for more than 12,000 years, way before the Pilgrims came. That makes them the original natives of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. The Wampanoags are also called the people of the first light, and they're known for their beautiful basket weaving. They became friends with the Pilgrims and brought them deer, corn, and turkey for the famous first Thanksgiving. If the Pilgrims didn't meet the Wampanoag, the first Thanksgiving might have not happened. The Pilgrims weren't doing so well when they first got to America. The winters were too cold and they didn't know how to catch or grow food in their new home. That's where the Wampanoag helped. They taught the Pilgrims how to fish. They also showed them how to grow corn, beans, and pumpkins together. These crops grew so well next to each other that they were called the Three Sisters. Because the Wampanoag helped them learn to survive in their new home, the Pilgrims wanted to show their thanks by inviting them to enjoy their successful harvest. 90 Wampanoag came to celebrate with the 53 Pilgrims at Plymouth Rock. Let's learn a little bit more about the Wampanoag. The Wampanoag people built homes called Wetu. It's a dome-shaped hut made from young trees, bark, or cattail reeds. For winter, they would use tree bark to cover the Wetu because it would keep the inside of the hut warm. In summer, they would change the covering to cattail reeds because it kept the hut much cooler. The women took care of the family. They also did the weaving, the farming, and cooking.
One dish they cooked is called sobaheg, which is a stew made with ground nuts. Sometimes they would add deer, chicken, or turkey meat. The men in the tribe did the hunting and fishing. They would use an atomp or bow to hunt for deer and wild birds. They use a petan or quiver to hold all their arrows. For fishing, they would use a mishoon. This is a dugout canoe made from a large tree trunk. They would carefully burn the inside of the trunk after they cut down the tree and then scrape out the inside to make the canoe. So clever! Wampanoag kids were just like you. They played games with each other and helped around the house. Girls helped with the cooking and farming, and they played with corn husk dolls. The boys learned how to fish and hunt. They played with miniature bows and arrows. Both boys and girls loved making toss and catch toys to play with. Hey, let's try making one.
Let's make a toss and catch toy. Wampanoag children use things found in nature to make their toys. So, we're going to use some things you can usually find in your backyard. Just make sure it's not from your parents' favorite plant. First, you'll need a sturdy stick. You can use a straw instead if you can't find one. Next is a piece of vine. If you can't find that one either, you can use a pipe cleaner or a piece of wire or whatever you can bend to make a circle. And last, you'll need a string that's as long as your stick. First, let's make a hoop with the vine. Make sure you cut off any leaves. Let's weave it over and under itself to make a circle. Just like this. Next, tie one end of the string to your hoop, then the other to the end of your stick. And ta-da! Let's play! Toss the hoop and catch it with your stick. See if you can do this 5 times in a row. You could even challenge your family members after your Thanksgiving feast. I found out that there are still Wampanoags that live in Massachusetts today. Some of them are the descendants of the tribe that celebrated with the Pilgrims in the first Thanksgiving of 1621. I'm so glad that they all got together to celebrate their harvest and their new friendship. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to celebrate our Thanksgiving today. Did you know that their party lasted for 3 days long? That's 3 days of eating delicious food and playing games. I hope you enjoyed learning about the first Thanksgiving and the Wampanoag people. Can you say that with me again? Wampanoag. Wampanoag. Great job! I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, always remember, work hard and be kind. Happy Thanksgiving! Bye!
Welcome to PBS University. My name is Mr. Nicholas, and I am your character education teacher for 1st and 2nd grade. I am so excited that you're joining me today. For today's lesson, we are going to be talking about a rather new but really important holiday in the United States. This holiday is on October 11th, or on the second Monday of October every year. This holiday is called Indigenous Peoples Day, and it's meant to celebrate the indigenous peoples of the United States. One of the indigenous tribes of the United States is called the Cherokee tribe. One very important part of preserving a culture is to keep the language alive. Today, we are going to be seeing how that can be done in 2 ways. The first is we are going to be reading a book called We Are Grateful Ojaheliga. And this is going to teach us some Cherokee words and how it goes throughout the year. We're also going to listen to a Cherokee singer. Her name is Paula Nelson, and she's going to teach us some Cherokee words through music and song. We Are Grateful, Ojaheliga, written by Tracy Sorrell and illustrated by Frene Lizak. Cherokee people say Ojaheliga to express gratitude. It is a reminder to celebrate our blessings and reflect on struggles daily, throughout the year, and across the seasons. Oligohusty, fall. When cool breezes blow and leaves fall, we say Ojaheliga. As shell shakers dance all night around the fire, and burnt cedar scent drifts upward during the great new moon ceremony. As we clean our houses, wear new clothes, enjoy a feast, and forget old quarrels to welcome the Cherokee New Year. While we collect bookbrush and honeysuckle to weave baskets, to remember our ancestors who suffered hardship and loss on the Trail of Tears, and have hope as our Elise, grandma, cradles the newest member of the family and reveals his Cherokee name. Gola, winter. As bears sleep deep and snow blankets the ground, we say Ojaheliga. While elders share stories and we savor buttery bean bread and steamy hominy soup. When we feed our animal and bird friends. As older children teach the younger ones how to make corn husk dolls and play cane flutes, while we gather to remember an uncle who has passed on. As men cuddle babies and sing traditional lullabies in Jalagi, Cherokee. Gogeyi, spring. When showers fill streams and shoots spring up, we say Ojaheliga. While men sing, asking for thunder and lightning's protection of the emerging sprouts that women tend, as we gather wild onions, spring's first food, and serve them with hen's eggs. As we practice patience to sew puckertoe moccasins and coil clay to build beautiful pots. As we plant ani, strawberries, and ancestral stories' sweet-smelling reminder not to argue with each other. As we embrace a clan relative heading off to serve our country. Gogi, summer. As the crops mature and the sun scorches, we say Ojaheliga. When we grasp our gigs and wade into the cool creek to catch crawdads for supper. As we sink our teeth into the season's first harvest at the green corn ceremony. While we click-clack sticks, chase a small ball, and fling it high at the stickball game pole. When we recall the ancestors' sacrifices to preserve our way of life. To celebrate Nulis Tanidola, history, and listen to our tribal leaders speak at Cherokee National Holiday. Every day, every season, Ojaheliga, we are grateful. Wow, fantastic listening of that story, friends. I hope you learned some new Cherokee words. Now we're going to listen to the Cherokee singer, Paula Nelson, as she teaches us some Cherokee greetings. Now, she's going to ask you guys to sing along with her, so make sure you're listening very carefully, and when she asks you, you are singing along with her.
So I want to start with a song that teaches you the greetings and farewells in Cherokee language. This song is called Shio Shio, and in English that basically means hello, hello. And in this song, you will learn, of course, how to say Shio. You want to give it a try? Shio. That means hello. You'll also learn how to say, how are you? Oshikwatsu. Very good. And you'll learn to respond to that. If you're feeling well, you would say, I'm good. So you would say, Oshta. And you, Nihina. And you'll also learn the Cherokee farewell. See, in Cherokee language, there's no word for goodbye because we feel that we will all meet again someday. So instead, we say, Day da da gahoya, Day da da gahoya. So these are the things, these are the words, this conversation that this song will teach you. And it's called Shio Shio. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe. When we greet each other, we say, Shio, Shio, Oshikwatsu, Oshikwatsu, Ohustanina, Ohustanina. When we leave each other, we don't say goodbye. We say, Day da da go hoya, Day da da go hoya, till we meet again. So basically, I'll say the words like I did before, and when I go like this, if you're interested in replying, it'll help it stick in your heart and in your head. Are you ready? Okay. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe. Yo, iwe, yo, yo, uwe, ya, uwe. When we greet each other, we say, Shio, Oshikwatsu, Ohusta, Nihina, Ohusta, Nihina. Very good. When we leave each other, we don't say goodbye. We say, Day da da go hoya, till we meet again. Very good. Thank you.
Chio, 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 Chio. Oh, hi friends. I think I might be singing that song all day long. It's pretty catchy. Well, thank you so much for listening and singing along with us. I really appreciate it. You did an awesome job. All right, friends. Day da da ga hoya. Until we meet again. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Half a day! Half a day! Half a day, my PBS friends, and Rananim. Rananim also means half a day or hello in Turkish. Rananim! Do I have something very special for you today? I want you to guess what it is that we are celebrating. We have a turkey. That's right. And we are celebrating it with our familia. That's right. Can you guess what we will be celebrating today? Maulik, great guess, my friends. We are celebrating Biba Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. All right, my friends. So today we are celebrating a very special time with our familia. In Samoan, we say Biba Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. Let's try that together, and I'll slow it down a little bit. Biba Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. That means Happy Thanksgiving. That's right. Happy Thanksgiving, my PBS friends. So today our lesson is about frutas zangolay. And I'm going to tell you what my favorite fruit is, but let me give you an idea or a clue. It is color red or agaga. But we'll get to that in a bit. I want you to be thinking about what my favorite fruit is. But here is the word again that we are learning how to say today. Frutas zangolay. Frutas in Chamorro of course, or in English, is fruit. Can you say frutas? Maulik. Frutas is very important when it comes to eating because it's very healthy for us, right? And frutas is also very important because in my familia, in my family, when we have a party, we always have frutas as part of our food or our meal. That's because we want to share it with everybody. The next word you're going to learn is golai. Golai. And golai means vegetables. I know. You might not like that many types of golai, but I'm pretty sure when you get a chance to try vegetables, you'll actually like it. Can you say golai? Maulik. Golai is very important also in our family because we cook with a lot of golai. We add potatoes into our kadu. We add tomatoes into other types of food like salad. And of course, my favorite golai, which is a little bit hard to say, is berenjenas. But today, I want you guys to think or guess what my favorite fruta is because I already told you what my favorite golai is. Again, my favorite fruta is kolot agaga. And it's so delicious. It's making my mouth water. Oh my gosh, I want to eat it as soon as I am done today. I'm going to have that today as part of my dinner. All right. So in my familia, we celebrate Thanksgiving by coming together and having a really awesome time sharing pictures of our family and the babies that are just born, that are nannies. And even a lot of times we play some games. Do you guys play games when you are celebrating Thanksgiving? All right, my friends, what do you do to celebrate Thanksgiving? I like to get together with my familia and we have an awesome time with delicious food, including my favorite fruit. And I'm gonna get to that at the very end, and hopefully you get the correct answer. Do you think you're gonna find out what my favorite fruit is? All right, Esther. Okay, so I know that a lot of us celebrate Thanksgiving differently. We don't all celebrate it the same way. Some of you go to the restaurant, or some of you go to the beach. And some of you, maybe you just celebrate it at home like we do. When our family comes over, we have a big feast. Oh my gosh, I love it. Do you do the same thing? What are some things that you do in your culture to celebrate Thanksgiving or Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha? Maulik, great ideas. I love it. And I hope that you continue to celebrate with your familia like how I celebrate it with my familia, because I love my familia. And I would not want to celebrate it with anybody else unless I'm going to be with my friends, right? Yes. All right. Thank you, my friends, for sharing what you do when you're together with your familia on Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. All right, my friends, let's review what we just learned today. Our first word we learned was Biba Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. Maulik. The next word we learned was frutas. Frutas. Maulik. Another word we learned was golai. Golai. Oh, Maulik. Oh, I'm totally enjoying this. And the last word we learned was my favorite fruit, of course. It was manzana. Manzana. Maulik. That was awesome, my friends. Biba Ha'anin Mana'i Grasha. Maulik. Pues, esta hora, it is already time. Adios. Adios. That's it for tomorrow time. Have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy it with your familia.
Fast Fun Facts. Fast Fun Facts with Mr. Ernest Ochoco.
I now declare, Mr. Turkey, I declare that you shall be pardoned, and you shall live a long life and die of old age, and not because you are used as the centerpiece for a Thanksgiving dinner. So, hi everyone, this is Mr. Ernest Ochoco with another Fast Fun Fact. And we're discussing turkeys today and the pardoning of the turkey. So what is the pardoning of a turkey? Well, it is when you allow a turkey to live its life and not become your dinner or your lunch for Thanksgiving. So I've got here my trusty phone that's going to tell us about the pardoning of turkeys. So the history of US presidents pardoning turkeys is kind of patchy. President Harry Truman, was often credited with being the first president to pardon a turkey, but that's not quite true. He was the first to receive a ceremonial turkey from the National Turkey Federation, and he had it for dinner. Shh, don't listen. Don't listen, Mr. Turkey. So, John F. Kennedy was actually the very first president to let a Thanksgiving turkey go, followed by President Richard Nixon, who sent his turkey to a petting zoo. Wow, that's the kind of petting zoo that I like. Or that's the kind of pardoning that I like. A petting zoo. That would be fun to visit. And George H.W. Bush is the president who formalized the turkey pardoning tradition in 1989. And now all of the presidents afterwards have been pardoning turkeys. And that's your Fast Fun Fact with me, Mr. Ernest Ochoco. Bye, guys. Say bye, turkey. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Wah, 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 wah. Bye, everyone.
Hafa students, I'm Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio. For more than a year now, you all have continued to wash your hands and watch your distance from others, and you've done a really great job wearing your masks. We know your parents and guardians have helped you to make these changes to keep yourself and your community safe. As Governor Leon Guerrero said, we are happy you are here. We want you to continue to learn and sharpen your skills with the help of PBS University. This program is the result of a collaborative effort. We couldn't do it alone. I'd like to thank the teachers and support staff of the Guam Department of Education and PBS Guam for their work and their commitment to our students. I'd also like to thank you students for participating at home. To your parents, I'd like to thank you for taking an active role in your child's education. We are all eager to return to a time when all of us can share and study together in person. Until then, we hope you learned something new from this PBS University instruction.